Hi there, welcome to Camping Secrets. I'm Marky Mark, this is Loz, this is Ali, and today we've got a real treat for you. We've got the Mycle compact e-bike, a tiny little e-bike that will you can take camping. It'll fit in your car or your camper van, and then you can use it when you arrive at your campsite to go to the town and look around and come back. So let's unbox it and see what we got. Let's dig into it. So on Mycle's website, you're able to configure each bike that you order in terms of the colour and what type of bike you get. And we went for white with the compact, but there's a range of other colours. You can choose the saddle colour, you can choose the mudguard colour, and also the frame colour. Right, should we get these out? Oh, have you got a picture there? Oh, good. Should we lift it out first?
Oh, I was right in front of the camera then.
It's alright.
Is that anything?
I hope there's some instructions because I've got no idea how to put this together. Please. Right, you get that out of the way. Oh, you got the whole thing? You might want to stand back a little bit.
There's nothing in that box.
The bike weighs so then it opens up like that. No, that's not very heavy at all. One person. There's a clamp here on this side. Can you come round here, please? There's a clamp here which I'm guessing just clips in like that. I don't know, does that cover over there maybe? Is there any?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just reading.
And there's a similar clamp on the handlebars by the look of it.
Yeah, holding the bike.
Oh, there you go. That just clamps like that.
Yeah, it doesn't say much. It says how to fold the bike, it doesn't say how to put it together.
And the handlebars here have got their own clamp, like a quick release kind of clamp, so you just tighten that up. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Lauren disappeared. There we go. Let's get this off. Is there a stand? Yeah, there's a stand. It's got a kickstand here. That's quite nice. Now, where's the battery? It's got an electrical connector at the bottom of the seat post. I'm guessing the battery's in the seat post, maybe here. The motor, we've got a hub motor in the back here. And I do know that the battery is 6 amp hours, which works out at about 230 watt hours. And that gives around 30 kilometers range. So that's, again, perfect for the campsite. If you're close to a town, you can have a pair of these with your motorhome or your camper van, and then just cycle at your heart's content into the town, have a few beers, and then come back. Well, I really like this white paintwork. So we went for the contrasting tyre walls with the frame, with the black saddle, and it really offsets nicely, I think. So presumably the seat goes up again with a clamp, so let's try that. That's good. Oh yeah, that's a good clamp actually. So there's a little clamp here for the seat post. And this little silver lock puts a locking pin in so that this won't open. What I don't know is how to then reverse that. Might need a key actually.
This one here, Dan.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That needs to come up. Lovely job. So it comes with a key. I guess that goes in here. And that enables us to then undo this clamp for the seat. On the handlebars, again we've got a clamping mechanism here. And then we've got the power controller here for adding power to the bike. And a range of cables all quite nicely tightened up. So the cable tied together, but it's quite neatly done, I think. That's a good looking little bike. We've got a headlight here on the front, all powered off the battery, and a reflector at the back, so no rear light, just a reflector here. As I said, we've got a little rack on the back, as well as mud guards at the front and rear. And then it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 speed derailleur system at the back. This is Shimano Tourney derailleur system, 7 shifter. It tells you what gear you're in here. And then, as I said, there's the hub motor in the rear wheel, which gives you your power. Right. Thank you. This camera also comes with a little box here, so let's see what's in here. Some tools, I guess. I don't know. Do you want to check that? And we got a power adapter here, just a standard power brick like you get with a laptop. And I think this will just plug into this connector at the bottom here. Don't know where that goes. We're definitely going to have to read the instructions, I think. So that's for charging the battery, wherever the battery is. Okay, there's a connector here. So that probably connects in here. Oh yeah. So that's your power. See, the only thing I don't know is how to charge the battery. where this plugs in. So, oh, is it here? Yeah. I think it could be at the top of the. So at the top of the, just under the saddle here.
Wait a sec, do it again.
So I'm guessing this is the battery in the seat post. So the seat post itself is the battery. So then we can charge the battery using that, which is quite nice. And presumably we can just lift the whole seat post out to charge it.
That looks really good. The power.
Yeah, it's a nice
neat.
little
It's
design,
neat
isn't
to
it?
have it
Let's
inside.
just undo it and let's see if that whole thing will pull out. So let's see if this comes out. Oh. Aha! So that is the battery. So we can just plug this in and charge her up. So let's do that and then we'll take it out for a test ride.
So this is how you unplug the Mycle bicycle. So right underneath the saddle, this is the battery, obviously. So you unplug it here and just pull it up and put it down. Easy as pie.
Your hat's a bit wonky.
I know.
Okay, we've had a bit of time now to play with the Mycle Compact over the last week or two, and we finally brought it camping to Chirk, just close to the Welsh border, and we're going to put it through its paces on the campsite here. But first, let's just see why this little compact Mycle bike is so cool for camping. Let's go into the camper van and just see how much space it takes up. So this is our Mercedes Marco Polo. If we just open up the rear door. Got the bike nicely stored inside. doesn't take much room up at all. It's 85 centimeters by 70 centimeters by 40 centimeters in its folded state, and so you can basically stick this anywhere you want in a car, camper van or caravan. So we've got the Mycle compact here. As you can see, it's folded up fairly small and only weighs 17.5 kilograms, so it's very easy to move around even with the battery in place. So let's set it up quickly, and it can be done in about 10 seconds if you know what you're doing. You just lock the central part like that, handlebars up, clamp it down. Once it's in place here, job done. The pedals also fold out. So that's pretty much set up there. So let's go through the main features of the bike that I've learned about over the last week or two, and then we'll take it for a little test drive around the campsite. Okay, let's take you around the bike. So on the handlebars, you've got the little control panel here. This is the main control panel for the motor, the electrical motor. If we just depress the central button, got a little dog bark in here, you can see it lights up. Tells you how much battery you've got left. If I can just focus, how much battery you got left. You got your mode, you got 1, 0 is off, and then you can change the mode up to a maximum of 5. That's for maximum power. So at 5, you're getting 40 Newton meters of power, of torque from the motor, which is a fairly substantial amount actually on a budget bike like this. You got your speed in kilometers per hour, but you can change that. You got your distance, how far you've traveled, and then you got your time up the top. There's also a little, I don't know if you can see here, it's also a little USB port, which is quite nice. So if you've got your phone on a mount here, you can keep it charged from the battery of the Mycle. You get a bell on the handlebars, and then over here you got your gear shifter, so shifting up and down with the thumb here, and it's a Shimano Tawny 7-speed gear set, which is nice actually, and it shifts really well. So you've got a standard derailleur at the back here with the 7 speeds. You can see branded Tawny, so Shimano you can't go wrong with really. In terms of brakes, it's disc brakes front and back actually, and that's a really nice thing to see. They're mechanical disc brakes, they're not the hydraulic type that you might get on more expensive mountain bikes or road bikes, but actually they work really well, and this thing will stop very quickly. And we typically recommend you go for disc brakes on an e-bike. You've got that extra weight of the bike, and so you want to be able to stop in the wet as well as you possibly can. And with with the old style V brakes, it's a little bit more difficult to stop, shall we say. So I really like the Mycle, the fact that it's got those disc brakes there. If we then look in again, you can see the hub motor here. So this is just in the back of the wheel. The wheels are 20-inch, so it's a fairly standard size, and should be able to get tyres pretty easily for it. We've got nice mud guards on the front and on the back, as well as a little rack that you could put a saddlebag or something to carry stuff around. Now, as we said before, the battery is actually in the seat post here. You have this extended sort of coiled wire here, so when my daughter rides it, and she's only about 5 foot, you have the seat right down, you see. But then I'm 6'3" and I can still ride this thing. It'll take a maximum rider weight of 115 kilograms, which is about 18 stone. And I might be carrying a little bit of extra weight, but I'm not that heavy yet. So let's put up the seat, because at the moment I'll be riding it like this, so need a bit of a higher seat. Simply unclamp that. You've got all this play, it will go really high. I mean, you can actually take the whole thing out if you unclip it down there. You know, I need it about that sort of height. Clamp it in. That's rock solid there. So you want it just so your feet, your tippy toes are touching the floor. And although I may look a little bit stupid on this thing, I can still ride it. So let's see what it can do. I'm in power mode 5 at the moment. Let's take it out for a little spin. Might not be able to hold the camera steady, but let's see how it goes. And I'll be going past the barking dogs, so that should be fun. Oop. Yeah, so you start pedaling. There's no noise whatsoever, but once you get pedaling, it just really puts in a nice amount of power. The handlebars are quite narrow, and you know, in terms of turning, you don't feel absolutely steady when you're tall like me, but once you get going, it's pretty much a lot of fun. I mean, the road here is lots of stones and gravel, and it's handling it really well. And the seat is extremely comfortable, actually. You know, so even though there's not that suspension, you're not really feeling the vibrations. It's pretty cool. Brakes, let's try the brakes. Ooh. I'm only able to use the front brake here because I'm holding the camera. Rank amateur. Doesn't even have a camera mount, but you know, we do our best. Okay, we're gonna give the disc brakes a go now, so I'll just go up around there, get a bit of speed up and see how quickly it stops. We have got gravel here, so it might be a bit of skidding involved. Get that kickstand up. Power mode 3, let's go. All right, let's jam them on. Wow, that stopped pretty fast there. What are you laughing at? Let's do it again. Yeah, really good brakes. They stop nicely. Yeah, it's a good little bike. Right, let's sum up what we think about this bike. Okay, so what do we think about the Mycle Compact? Well, firstly, the ordering process, it was fantastic. You can choose the colour of the bike, colour of the saddle, colour of the tyres. I really like that configurability that Mycle offer. It's a UK company. I'm not sure where the bikes are actually made, but it's nice to be able to deal directly with a UK company if you're in the UK. Regarding the bike itself, I think it's really novel design. I love that the battery is in the saddle. The saddle is super comfy. You don't actually miss having suspension at all, especially as a man. I think if you're a girl or woman, it may get a little uncomfortable after long periods in the saddle, maybe, you know, over 10 miles or so. My daughter and my wife said that, but they still love riding it around. We've really enjoyed it. There's plenty of power from this hub motor here. The 40 newtons a meters in power mode 5 is plenty of oomph, and actually I preferred riding it in a lower power mode just to use your legs a little bit more. It just felt more controllable. I love the way it folds up. It folds into a tiny space, which really makes it easy to store in your car, your camper van, bring it camping, use it, and then go back to your campsite with ease. You're going to get up steep hills on this thing. You've got the 7-speed gears, the Tawny Shimano gear set. So coupled with the torque of the motor and changing gears, you can basically get up anything. Mudguards, the rack, all combined to be a really nice package. The brakes are excellent as well. As you saw, I could stop very, very quickly. Downsides, in my view, are few and far between. You do have to pedal nearly 1 full revolution before the power kicks in. And it's not a real chore, but you suddenly get an oomph of power, especially if you're in a high power mode 5 or so. And it's just a bit disconcerting to have no power and then loads of power. So that's maybe a more gradual power increase. And that could easily be programmed in with a firmware change, I would imagine. The display is great. I like that there's USB charging for your phone. There's actually an electric light on the front that I forgot to, well, I did demonstrate it earlier, but worth noticing about. There's no rear light. You've got just a reflector at the back. I like that you can take the battery out and charge it separately, but you can also charge in situ under the saddle here, so you don't have to take the battery out. Other small negatives, I would say the steering's a tiny little bit skitty because you've got the small wheels, the 20-inch wheels. It's just, and the narrow handlebars. So you're not going to be doing off-roading or real acrobatics on this bike. It's basically for going in a straight line to your destination, having a cup of coffee and coming back. You know, those small wheels, and from quite a high position of sitting, you know, it's not the most direct, stable steering, but it's absolutely fine for what it's designed for. Coupled with the compactness when it folds up, the low weight, 17.5 kilograms, I really think this is a great bike, and I would highly recommend it for your camping trips. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please subscribe to Camping Secrets YouTube channel, and we'll be providing plenty more reviews of gear and giving you some tips and hints for camping. So thanks for watching. I've been Marky Mark, and have a great day. Cheers. Bye.